What are you doing, arts and crafts?
Arts and crafts, obviously, because I just got bored and I decided I'd make like origami or something. No, what I'm actually...
You also got bored and started sanding this truck.
Yeah, that's another...
When we really shouldn't be sanding this truck.
No, we should be like, driving it, making sure everything's okay. But instead, we decided we was gonna tear it down. Well, I say tear it down. Just tear it halfway apart.
You know, no better thing to do right before you drive something a pretty good way is to tear it down and...
Yeah, like across the country or something like that. What better thing to do than like tear it down? So, currently what I'm doing is cutting out this tape stripe that will go on a two-tone truck. And you're probably asking yourself why I'm doing this, because this is obviously not a two-tone truck yet. But the reason I decided to start sanding this thing is because there were some places on it that we were not pleased with, bodywork wise. This truck was painted back who knows how long ago. Probably 20, at a minimum 20 years ago, wouldn't you say?
I was gonna say like 15, but ballpark 15 to 20.
It depends on what kind of materials they used.
It definitely was under a roof somewhere.
Yes.
Seemed like.
So, we decided we was gonna go back and fix some of these places. Well, first it started off, let's fix this bedside over here, because it was the worst place. It was a little caved in right there. And we massaged it out, massaged on it, and drove it for a while.
About a year.
Then we decided, well, let's fix that. And then, well, like I said, it's been painted before. Well, there was some not very, we'll just say it wasn't very good body work. We'll just leave it at that. Over here on the fender, we said, well, we'll fix that too. Because we are going to be two-toning it. Putting a red stripe down the side. So we go to pull the emblems off, and whoever painted the last time just taped the emblems up and sprayed around them. So feathered that, primed that, and then there was some paint coming off the door over here, so we feathered it and fixed that. Anyways, it's kind of snowballed, but this is where we drew the line. This is it. This is all we're fixing, because this is not no. She's not a show pig,
She's a driver.
It's a driver. This ain't no beauty queen. All right, it's an old truck. So we're not halfway doing this. This is a rush job, to say the least. But
it's our rush job, like.
Right. And we're not gonna just paint a bright red stripe. We're gonna, weather it a little bit so it'll look correct. But yeah, like I said, these two spots. That one was the worst one. But then fix the fender in this door. We still have some stuff we need to take off, take the mirrors and some other stuff off. Because we're fixing to lay out where we're gonna sand for our two-tone stripe. That's what that is. These are the fenders. Really all you need to mark, in our opinion, or all we mark, is around the
marker light.
Side marker light there, up around the top. And then we'll go to another truck and we'll take a measurement every so far, how far down it is. And then we'll just pull a piece of tape the whole length, and it'll be perfect.
Pretty much.
And then you can lay your tape stripe. You'll have plenty of room, because this thing's like an inch and a quarter wide, something like that. So you've got plenty of room for adjustment there. But that's what's going on. And I mentioned rush job because we decided we was going to do this we decided 2 days ago with a deadline of, at that time, 12 days, which is now a deadline of 10 days. The truck needs to have paint on it tomorrow, because we are also, because if that wasn't enough, we're also going to redo the entire inside. And if that wasn't enough, we also have another set of wheels and tires we're going to put on it. But as far as I know, that's it. I hope.
So we're painting the side of this truck. For what reason? Because gray is a little boring on here, not gonna lie. Solid gray, I mean, don't get me wrong, truck looks great. But
it's just a lot of gray.
it is a lot of gray, and we've been wanting to do a two-tone truck of ours for a little while, so this one just so happens, you know, it fits the criteria we're gonna do it in,
and it's gonna be a kind of a different two-tone.
Kind of different, yeah. Don't see many of these. So they actually done these factory gray. You're gonna put a red stripe. I think the code's 72, apple red. They done these grays in red and in blue. So either one. We did consider doing a blue stripe at first with a light blue tape stripe, but we'd have to change her inside out, it being red. So we went back and forth on that for a couple months and decided finally, you know, just do it red. The time we've got in this and the time we have to finish it don't commute with each other, you know. So this orange and black tape stripe,
I believe vermilion is what they call it.
so it will be an identical tape stripe to the red and black truck we just done a couple videos back. If you watch that, same tape stripe, actually the same color red that's going on the center as it's on that truck. So once we put that stripe on it, we're not going to do it just bright red, just spray it on there, because that's what it looked like. We're going to have to kind of weather it a little bit. So
because like we said, this truck is weathered.
This truck is weathered. It's not rusted, it's not rotted, it's really not patinaed. It's just like it's got some spots here and there where it's set outside, because I think every day we've owned this truck for almost 2 years, it's set outside every day, and
which is not good for a vehicle.
No. Also have a set of wheels we're putting on this truck, swapping these wheels out. Nothing wrong with these 15-inch rally wheels.
There is something wrong on the other hand with our Ling Long tires.
Tires have a problem. I mean, they're cheap tires, and we put these on there. These tires and wheels never really were intended to put on something to drive much, and we put almost 2,000 miles on this truck with these on it. So they're coming off, because what we're about to do with this thing, I'm not trusting them to do that. So we're putting some BF Goodrich tires on these Word white steel wheels. We're painting them black, putting hubcaps on them, putting them on here. And on top of that, if that wasn't enough, we're doing the complete inside of this thing too. And as I mentioned, it's in 10 days now. That includes today, so 9 days after this. So, got our work cut out for us. But I'm confident in it. So,
well, I'm glad you are.
And you may ask at this point why we're doing all this.
And why it has to be done in 10 days from today.
Why 10 days? It's November 2nd today. 10 days from now, we're leaving to go, I think it's 1,700 miles, Glendale, Arizona, to Dino's Get Down. Never been out there, never been that far, much less doing it in something like this.
Yeah. And for the record, you know, nothing against Ling Long tires, just I don't trust them on a...
So we've never been that far, or that, you know, we've never been on that big of a road trip anyway, much less throw it in a, you know, almost 40-year-old truck. But, you know, we'll see what happens. So that's why we're doing this. We didn't fully commit to this until 2 days ago. So it was always like, it's kind of in the back of our head last month or two, and we're like, well, we got it back from having the gauges, exhaust put in it, because I wanted this thing mechanically like as dialed as we could get it. And, you know, we feel comfortable enough to do that, so we're like, you know, let's go for it, let's do it. So,
because, you know, if everything else wasn't stressful enough, let's try to drive to Glendale, Arizona.
Why not, you know, why not? So that's why we're painting the stripe, doing the wheels. We're changing a lot of stuff on this thing in really the last month. And so, I mean, we got a pretty long road to go, but it's, you know, we only got like a week, so.
Yeah, a lot to do and only 10 days to do it, so.
But, you know, we'll make it happen, so. Anyway, this video is going to be cut, and I'm sure the next week, different sections, so, I mean, you just kind of have to bear with us on that, because I don't know how many pieces is going to be chopped into it, so.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And on top of that, the trip out there, which, whole different game there.
If we want to get this thing painted tomorrow, we have got to lay the tape stripe out tonight.
So over the next week, we'll be filming this thing off and on. Look, if we skip pieces,
which is very possible.
It's going to happen. So we're going to skip some parts of it, I'm sure. Not purposely, but it's like it's got to get done. And two, everything that's left to do on this is up to us. I mean, it don't have to go anywhere else. I shouldn't. I mean, it's going to be in our hands, hopefully, to get this done. So I don't like putting somebody else under pressure. So if we're going to do it, we're going to put the pressure on ourselves.
Right. So if it don't get done, it's our fault.
Yeah, we can't blame anybody but us. So we have plenty of time to do this. It's mostly just looks. So
it's all cosmetic now.
Pretty much. We hope. So we've got everything here to do this. We're not waiting on anything. It's all here. So
well, we are waiting on a transcooler.
We're going to keep working on this thing, and hopefully it'll get done. And if this video goes out, I'm sure it'll be done. So
yeah, and if nobody sees this, we probably didn't go to Arizona. So
oh well. As you seen last night, we went ahead, marked off where the two-tone stripe will be. That's where we got it marked. This is going to be the top of the two-tone stripe. So this tape right here is 3/8. This tape right here is 3/4 of an inch wide, and the stripe is an inch wide. So when we tape this, we're gonna cheat up about 1/4 of an inch, give us a 1/2 inch of room to lay the stripe out even. But yeah,
after we laid it out, went ahead and sanded it. It actually took way longer to mark the stripe out than it did to sand it. This single stage sanded super easy, which I'm definitely not complaining about. So yeah, went ahead and blew the dust off of it, and now we're going to start taping it up, get this thing in the booth this evening, spray a little color on it. Then, after we get the color on it, then the fun
Then we're
starts.
done.
We're not done. Then the tedious work. We decide how we want to patina it, how we want to weather it. That's the
fun part.
That's the fun part. There's really no rules to do it.
There's no rules to custom.
Right. But we still want it to look, we want this truck to look like, if you didn't know any better, you'd think this has been on here since, you know, whenever. We are going to weather it. We're going to put some rock chips here and there, make it look like it's been drove. And actually on this bedside, we are going to have to spray it gray from here down. So we are going to have to match this gray and spray it gray first and tape it off, and then spray the red. So truck's taped up, everything except the driver door, and we got to put plastic on it once it gets over there. But we did mention earlier in this, truck's got different mufflers and exhaust on it, so you're about to hear it. Well, before, the exhaust setup was 2.5 into one single muffler, single exit out 3-inch, and now we've got 2.5 all the way out with 2 mufflers. Yeah, so
A little bit louder.
yeah, just a little bit.
You got headphones, you may want to turn them down.
Yeah, headphone warning right here.
Kind of loud. exactly a week from tonight, we'll be somewhere in Oklahoma. Hopefully. We got 6 more nights to finish this thing. So
And really, that's all we like is finishing it.
that's about it.
Aside the fact from possibly limited supply of sweet tea out west, what is your other biggest concern?
I don't know. That was my one worry. Other than that, I mean,
Everything else is
everything else
much what it is.
Is what it is. You know. The gray.
Exterior wise, what all do we like on the truck?
Need to buff it.
Yeah.
Body molding, mirrors, door locks, wheel opening, trim, tail lights, tailgate band. That's about it on the outside, and complete inside.
You know, the more you talk, the more it sounds like we have to do.
Trans cooler.
Definitely can't
fix
put
the
that part
headlights.
in there.
Headlight switch, tag light, wheels and tires. Paint wheels, put wheel and tire together. Find the hubcaps. Well, I've got the hubcaps.
Install a bed cover.
Bed cover, tent, back glass. I mean, it's a list, man.
So you're saying there's still things to do?
Test drive, which would
Yeah.
be my favorite part. But
Well, I mean, there's not really much we got to test. I mean, we've got
other than the drivability of it, I mean,
we've got at least 2,000 miles on this truck.
yeah, right at it.
I've done it now.
Let's take that emblem and see that the points are right spot.
The reason I'm doing this here, because at some point in time, somebody decided they didn't want these holes here anymore, and I'm pretty sure they just bondoed over them. And we actually never realized it till we go to put these emblems on. So, yeah, that was no metal, that was all bondo.
Yeah.
So,
At least you drilled the holes in the right spot.
I think it's the right spot.
Alright, just got done painting these 4 steel wheels, so they turned out pretty good, I think. Just a single stage black, some flattener in it. It being single stage, this stuff is all over me now, stuck to me, so this is the same mixture we've been using on like inner fenders and like under hood stuff, radiator supports. Some of these other trucks. It's not like a full gloss black, but it's a kind of a good semi-gloss. Easy to keep clean. I mean, you can take a wet microfiber, just wipe these off, they'll be done. So, not much maintenance to them. And they all turned out nice. I mean, I'm happy with them. If it does echo in here, I can't help it. It just is what it is. So, anyway. We'll get back over there to the other side where the truck's at. We got a few more odd and end things to finish up on it, and then we will be hitting the road to Arizona in a few days. So one thing on these trucks that we have never really messed with on there, dealing with the back bumper, is a tag light. Never put them on there before. Why, I don't know, but this time we're going to put one on this truck, considering we're driving it through 7 or 8 different states, and just one less thing for somebody to complain about or get messed with about. So this thing has a plug on it like that right there, and there's a factory plug underneath this truck. Let's see here. Yeah, if you can see that right there. So this is the factory plug that I'm assuming the tag light went into. I think this is just corroded up in there, but I'm gonna end up just cutting this connector off and just soldering these things together. Would be the easiest thing to do for right now. So if I ever do have to pull the back bumper off, I can just unbolt the light itself, let it just hang in there if I ever have to do that. So we're going to end up doing that and see if it works. So after a couple minutes of messing with that, I finally turned the lights on, come back here, and we got a tag light. So we still got a lot more stuff to do on this thing, and we'll keep getting with it till we get done.
So first step, well, after you put the tape stripe on, we like to put the body molding on, because then that's pretty much what it's going to look like. So yeah, before you put the body moldings on, we always put the wheel opening moldings on, just so there's no misalignment there. But these wasn't too bad since we'd already cut these off and redone them once, so there's no cutting and fitting and all that. We've also got the mirrors back on, door locks back in, our nice door edge guards.
Yeah, I was considering leaving that off, but like,
you could kind of see where they were.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it on there. It looked pretty good. Right. So,
and new fender emblems, which that really set this thing off. At first, we thought we were gonna kind of fade the red a little bit, but then we decided none of the grays faded, so it wouldn't make sense to fade the red. So we decided just to put some rock chips and some little scratches, fake scratches here and there on it. It turned out really good.
Yeah, I mean, it matches what's on like the gray, because the gray is not perfect on this thing.
And if we didn't tell you we made fake scratches and rock chips, you'd never know the difference. So, yeah, but it turned out really good in my opinion. It completely changed the look of this truck. Got the rear end of the truck all put back together. Put a little fuel injected badge back on it. Yeah, it is wild. Here's some of the rock chips.
Them were in there.
Them were already in there, so we just put them back in there. So, yeah, just little stuff here and there, just to make it look like the red wasn't brand new on this gray, you know, because then it would. If this red looked pristine and perfect, it would obviously stick out like a sore thumb. But
I mean, on camera, you can't pick much of it up. It looks like that, but
yeah,
still got to buff the gray a little bit.
Yeah.
It'll have a little shine to it. So,
then tape stripe. Gonna be honest, not really pleased with the tape stripe. I actually ordered this one a few days ago, and thank goodness it came in, because the one they sent us the first time was the orange and burgundy, which we wanted the orange and black. So if I hadn't ordered the backup tape stripe, we'd been out of luck, because it currently is the Friday before we leave, and there would be no way possible we could get anything if we ordered it. So yeah, we're down to a few days. Not a whole lot left to do, really, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, mainly down the inside. I don't know.
The inside is going to be the biggest thing.
We've got the door panels have been off, headliners out, all the top stuff, you know, the trim, it's out.
Yeah, the headliner's been redone, so we got to get it put back in, and it's got to get tinted. It needs to get tinted before the door panels go back on. So that's going to be really the only thing holding us up on the inside. And then back glass. I think I mentioned it earlier, but we're putting a flat back glass in it. So that's really it, other than swapping out the wheel and tires.
So we're about to do that right now. So.
Right. We decided we wanted a little more, I don't know. We just thought black Steelies would look good on this thing, so that's what we're going to put on it. Overall tire size here, these are 15x8 steel wheels that will accept a hubcap. New wheels, order them off Summit. So pretty happy with them. This is actually the second set of these we've bought. really happy with them. The hubcaps fit good on them, snug and everything. And then tires, we have a BF Goodrich 275/60/15, which is actually the exact same size tire we put on our OBS.
Which is so happens right over here.
He's sitting right there. So yeah, comparison wise, these tires
on there are fat.
These are very fat tires. They're not nearly as wide as these, but they are an inch taller. So it will lower the truck about a ½ inch.
And we're gonna have this bed loaded pretty good. So
that's for sure. Speaking of the bed, we also have a bed cover put on it, but that won't take long. I hope.
You hope.
So yeah, we're gonna swap these wheels and tires out, and when we set it back on the ground, y'all be the first ones to see it. Well, technically the second one.
Third,
but you get the point. Setting it down on the ground for the first time, which is sadly not going to be the last time either, because we just discovered we need ball joints. At least one lower ball joint at minimum, but while we're here, we're going to try to put all 4 in.
Rather find it now than later. So
you know, in the middle of the desert somewhere in New Mexico, possibly snow on the ground, because it is snowing in New Mexico and Arizona right now. Never thought I'd say that either. But anyways, and as far as hubcap wise, we're just going to go with the standard Squarebody. I believe these are 75/6-ish up, so they are period correct. Sweet EB deal right here.
And a little buff job.
And Cameron put a little buff job on them. They were very
I've got
chalky.
one left that I didn't
Okay,
do.
well, they'll get to see that. But we ain't going to snap them on because that is just going to have to come right back off. But you can get an idea of what it will look like. Right, so
we'll get some better shots tomorrow. It's obviously dark, but
yeah. But now I believe we're going to try to put our headliner back in, and who knows what else. I'm about ready to call it a day myself. We went ahead late last night, got the ball joints put in. Overall, wasn't too bad. The lower ones are a lot easier to get out than they are going in, and the top ones are complete opposite. A lot harder to get out than they are to put in. Thank goodness somebody invented a ball joint press, because there would be no way to get them lower ones out without it. So we've got pretty much all of the interior back in, except for this driver's door panel Cameron's putting it on right now. All you like's that and the carpet, and then we're gonna put our cluster piece in later.
Well,
so
door carpet, not the door carpet,
not the actual carpet. But as you can see here, we also still like the hubcaps on this side. We went ahead and snapped them on this side. And this thing is starting to come together. Tinted, dark, nice dark windows. Got the flat back glass in it. Yeah. So the Steelies and hubcaps, this is a little different. This is actually the first truck we've ever ran with these on here. And personally, I like them. It is a little switch up from what we normally do, but when he gets this door panel put on and gets this door all wrapped up, we will go for a test drive. make a little loop around here, and then we'll go, what, probably hour and 15 one way.
Yeah.
About a 2.5 hour round trip. And then we'll come back, do oil change, pretty much clean it up. Throw a bed cover on it. That's about all it's gonna like until it's ready. What you say?
Pretty close.
And we got to put our hubcaps on this side, so I'll film that when but door panel going on.
These door panels turned out really good too, I think.
Yeah, these are the original door panels. There was a few spots on, or there was a spot on one of them we fixed and had to retexture, and it actually turned out really good. If you didn't know it, you would never know it. But yeah, new seat cover, new headliner, new dash. It's coming together. These door panels turned out really good in my opinion. I'll go the other side here. You get a little bit better view, a little better lighting over here. But yeah. We also have some holly floor mats to throw in this thing too, so. But yeah, it has come a long way in the last few days. And we're getting close to wrapping it up, so.
Yeah, we're close. Very close.
That thing fit all right?
Yeah, looks like it came on there.
Huh, it's almost like it did. So like I said, we're gonna get this wrapped up and go on a test drive. So we'll see you then. All right, hubcaps going on the driver's side.
That ain't going nowhere.
I hope not. You know, with these steel wheels and hubcaps, you all the time hear people talking about, oh, they lost a hubcap here or there. And we're just hoping that don't happen with us.
Hopefully they stay on there.
Hopefully they stay on there. But we'll probably pack a couple extra.
Yeah, why not?
Just for, you know, safety measures. Now, like I mentioned earlier, poly floor mats. Which in my opinion, these are, if you're going with a stock interior, these holly floor mats are a must. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I forget what all colors they offer these in now, but obviously I know they do burgundy and blue.
Gray.
Yeah, charcoal gray, and I believe tan for the square bodies. You can't really see, but they got the GM logo in them and all that. So, and that definitely beats getting the carpet all nasty. So. All right, just like that, I think we're ready for our test drive. Wouldn't you say?
I'd say so. We're about as ready as we can get.
Yeah. So let's hit the road. Yeah, man, that's a completely different truck right there. So alright, last thing y'all seen, we was fixing to take this thing on a test drive, and we actually meant to film that, but we forgot the camera. So, test drive went good. We ended up running about 2.5 hours round trip. Pretty good little haul. Like 130 miles. So everything went good. No leaks. No nothing. So, see, and then we went ahead and put the bed cover on and buffed it. I forgot about that last night after we got back from the test drive. We just hit it with a buffer. It had just been sitting outside and got kind of dull, so we just kind of shined it back up a little bit. Sadly, we couldn't make this a brand new one with a buffer like, you know, you can on every one. So pretty much gonna wrap this one up. It's currently Monday, but we're leaving tomorrow morning, and the truck is almost done. We just got to go over it one more time and load it up, and we're hitting the road bright and early. 3-day haul out there, and then
2-day show, 3-day back.
So yeah,
It's about to get real.
we're gonna put a few miles on this thing, so it's really
We're
starting
looking
to
at
set in more than
about, you know, probably 3,400 miles round trip.
probably on the low end. I mean, this thing, it's got some dents and scratches. You know, it's a driver, which we're driving it, like you said, 3,000 plus miles. It's not perfect. It does have wiggles and waves. It was painted, who knows when, but it's been painted at least once that we know of. So it's,
I don't know if we even showed the inside. 'Cause we got
I don't know that we have. Well, we showed the door panels.
not done.
Not done. We got the cluster in.
Can't see much, but
Got the Dakotas in there, and the cluster and all. Looking all nice. Like I said, this is going to be a pretty hectic 7 days for us, I'm sure. We've never done anything like this. This is a road
it's
trip.
gonna be an experience.
This is a road trip, you know. So yeah, expect at least a couple videos out of it. Like I said, we've never done this before, so we don't even know what to expect. So
Yeah, this thing turned out, I think, pretty good for considering when we started on it to now. I mean,
it's been a very short 11 days, which you might be thinking that's nothing to do in 11 days, you know, but we have full-time jobs, you know, so
it can be tough.
I mean, this is definitely one of the harder ones we've had to do just because how busy we are in the body shop here lately to find time to work on this. There's a lot of late nights, a lot of 11, 12 o'clock nights and early mornings, so, but hopefully they will pay off.
Hopefully so.
In this next week. So with all that, we're gonna wrap this one up, and
Next time we turn this camera on, we're gonna be on the road to Phoenix, Arizona.
yeah, so that's pretty wild to think about. In about 12-ish hours we're gonna be on the road. So in about 24 hours we'll be somewhere in Oklahoma, I assume, everything goes all right. So we're gonna wrap this one up. Like I said, some exciting content coming y'all's way. We'll see you on the next one.